Hi everyone, how are you doing? Welcome to my tiny studio. I am Nail, and this is a vintage coach obsession video. If you are returning to the tiny studio, I hope that you have subscribed, because by subscribing you will know, or you will be notified as to when I pop into the tiny studio to talk about all things vintage coach or other beautiful coach adoptees or babies in my closet. So please do that, and don't forget to like. I appreciate that. By liking or disliking, you let me know what type of content you would like to see, or that you would prefer to see here in the tiny studio. So thank you so much. And if you've liked before, if you subscribe, thank you. All right, this is a vintage coach video. So what are we going to talk about today? We're going to talk about my beautiful Coach Court bag. And here she is. Welcome her to the tiny studio. Yes, she is just beautiful. I've been wearing her this week, so it's almost time for me to change bags, and I probably will. We're going into the weekend, so I'm probably more than likely going to wear something else, but she has been my companion for about a week or so. This is the vintage Coach Court bag. Now you may be saying to yourself, that doesn't look like a court bag now. What's all the other stuff you have on here? Well, there's a story behind this. I purchased my vintage Coach Court bag maybe at the top of the new year, and she was on my unicorn list, and I was able to mark her off. But as you know, I have a limited budget, so when I found her on the pre-loved market, there were some things that needed to be done. One of the things is the fact that she did not have her shoulder strap. She came without it, so I knew that I was going to have to replace it. And other than that, she was in excellent condition. I purchased her for, I believe it was $48. So I was happy about that. What is unique about her? What is unique about the Coach Court bag to me is that she is just so cute. And since she came without the original shoulder strap, I was able to use one of my um, Bessie Johnson, one of my Bessie Johnson straps, and I thought that she would look perfect on this bag. And I also bought a beautiful Coach key fob that is lined in brass. I was able to pick that up as well to put on this beautiful Coach Court bag. She already came with her original hang tag, but I thought that I would just, you know, add something else to her. As you see, she has some scratches and things on her, which I am going to clean up today, since I am going to be um, switching bags for the weekend. But as I said, I just loved her. I loved carrying her this past week, and she is just wonderful. Let's take a tour of the Coach Court bag. Okay, as you see, she has a turn lock. Oh, she has a turn lock, and she has this cool handle. That's one of the cutest things about this bag as well. So here's the handle, and then a top handle, and then watch this. I love that. So you could carry it like this. Let me close it back. So you could carry her like this by the top handle, or you can use the cute strap here. But of course, this is my own strap. So if you find yourself a Coach bag with a Coach court bag with the original straps, then if you find one or if you already have one, then you can wear it as excuse me, you can wear it as a crossbody as well, because the original straps to it are very long, so you can do that as well. But I'm in the market. I'm looking for another black and gold chain Coach handle strap. I mean, and I would like to have just a little bit longer, just little bit longer. But right now it goes up under my armpit, and that's fine with me. And it's just so cute, though. You know, when I decided to do this, when I first saw the bag and I saw that it didn't have come with its original straps, I was like, well, what am I going to do? And I started looking for straps to go to the bag, and something told me, Nell, you have plenty of straps around here. Just start looking for, you know, the strap that would really fit this bag. So I have several, but it felt like to me that this black and gold uh, chain strap just fit the personality of this court bag really well. And then I already had this tag in my tiny studio stash, and I said, you know what, Nell, you've just hit on something good. And she does. She looks really, really well. And it's just doing little things like this is what gives your handbag, gives it new life. Doing things like this, finding straps, and switching out straps, and cute things like this, cute fobs and charms and things like that. That gives your bag, it gives a vintage bag new life. It jazzes it up. You and that's me. Don't I look jazzy to you? I like jazzy things, and so this is what jazzes the bag up. And even though I was using it to go on errands and things of that nature, like pick my daughter up from school and other errands that I had to run this past week, even though I was doing all those things, and I was still looking cute doing it. I mean, that's what you're looking for. At least that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking to look cute and jazzy, and but I want a bag that's going to be able to move and groove with me. And Vintage Coach is usually the bag that I use to, you know, is usually my companion, because I'm always doing something. I have some flowers still up here from Mother's Day. And I tell you, between the flowers and the fruit that I have on my dining room table, I keep a fruit fly. It's just ridiculous. I'm gonna have to find my spray, but that's not your concern. That's my concern. I'm gonna handle that fruit fly. All right. So anyhow, the Vintage Coach quart bag has a turn lock, a top handle, and she doesn't have any raw leather on the inside. She just has leather. See that? And on the inside of her, there is my Coach cosmetic bag that has my essentials, such as my inhaler. What else is in that bag? Inhaler, a mask, and some hand sanitizer. And then, of course, this bag has this heavy. It has lipstick, lip gloss, compact mirror, perfume. That's all in there. And let's see. And here's my wallet. Okay, so here's the inside of her. Now, see, she has a tear here. So I'm going to get some glue and I'm going to repair her. I'm probably going to use some Gorilla Glue, some Gorilla Super Glue, and I'm going to put that here and repair this part there. Okay, so here's the inside of her. And as you see, she has a slip pocket on the inside towards the back. Did I just zip it up? I think I just zipped her up. Oh, on the inside, as you see, there is the raw leather along the sides and the bottom. But the flap does not have any raw leather. It's just leather. And the slip pocket back is just leather. Okay? You may say, what is her number? Or what is her style number? And let me see. Uh, do you guys want me to struggle and read again? Because I'm trying to tell you, I can't see a thing. Okay, and I'm not trying to read that because it's small. However, this is a vintage Coach bag, a vintage Coach court bag, and which means that she is. Oh, I should also say that her registration. This bag has a registration number and not a style number because she is pre 1994 and 1994 up until now, all Coach bags have a number which tells the date, which tells the month. I should say it tells the month, the year, and the plant that or the plant that it was manufactured in, and then it has the style number. This particular bag, she does not have a style number, and she doesn't have within her registration. There's not the date, which is the month, the year, and the plant that it was manufactured in. So that's what makes pre-Cree bags a little bit different than the bags that you see from 1994 to right now. So she's a really, really good bag. She's an older bag. I'm guessing she's more than likely from the 80s when Coach began to craft the court bags. And what I'm going to do for her is I'm going to restuff her and I'm going to condition her. So I think I have some. I do. Restuff her. Oh. And when I restuff my bags, I do so to, keep basically to keep the shape of the bag. Okay. And I try to keep up with the stuffing because, you don't want to lose it. But if you happen to go grocery shopping, you can always, get the materials to stuff your bag. So this is the vintage Coach court bag. And as I said, when you're looking for vintage Coach on the Preloved market, if you have a limited budget that you are working with, you can find good bags that may need a little love and extra attention. And here's the thing, don't pass them up. Do not pass a vintage Coach bag that needs a little bit of attention and a little love, and that may need you to find a strap for it. Don't pass that up, because when you pass it up, you're passing up an opportunity to, to add your own personal touch and personal style to it. And that's what it's really also all about as well. It's not just about having a vintage Coach purse in your collection, but it's also about having those purses or those bags um, be a really good, viable accessory to you and for you. And they should be an extension of you and your wardrobe. They should show your personality. And so when I saw this bag and I said, hey, it doesn't have the original strap, but that's fine. I could do something with it. This is my personality, and this is what I was able to do. And it turned out to be the best thing, the best deal, and the best decision one of the best decisions that I have made in purchasing a vintage Coach bag at my budget level. So, don't pass up on a vintage bag because it doesn't have a strap with it, or it's missing a hang tag or a key fob. Don't pass up on it. Don't pass up on a vintage Coach bag if it has scratches and things on it like that. But if it has mildew, pass up on it. If your skill level in restoring a bag is not where you feel comfortable in handling such a situation. But this bag, it was when I purchased it, she was dry. She had scratches and scars and things of that nature, and I was able to bring her back to life. In fact, when I first received her, when I saw her on eBay, she was described as gray. But when I received her and I started to clean her up, I realized she wasn't gray at all. She was black. And the reason why she looked gray was because she needed to be clean and she needed to be deep conditioned. And that's what I did. And then after that happened, I was able to add this beautiful chain to her to jazz her up. And I added another hang tag to her as well to match the chain. And this is basically nailed in a nutshell. Jazzy, a jazzy brown girl. And my accessories show it. So thank you so much for tuning in today. Thank you for hanging out with me in the tiny studio. And this is the vintage Coach court bag. What makes her just such a cutie pie. And even though she's small, even though she's not as large as the Patricia or as my Crescents or the Coach Legacy 9966, she may not be that that big or large. But she still carries a lot of stuff because, as you saw, she carried everything that I needed inside. So she is a really good bag. A bag that, even though she may be small, but she can carry a lot of stuff. So thank you so much for hanging out with me in the tiny studio. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop down in the comment section and leave a question for me. Also, if you have information on the Coach Court bag, please feel free to share it with all of us here in the tiny studio. I'm not a Coach historian. I'm just a Coach lover. So I would like to know information, and knowing is what? Knowledge is power. So share it with us if you know some things that are interesting about the Coach Court bag. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you next time.